Hi viewers, welcome to my channel Blood Test. I am Dr. Lalita Sendal and today you might have guessed with this picture. The topic I'm going to discuss today is blood grouping. What is the principle of blood grouping? An antigen, when it combines with an antibody, it causes agglutination. Agglutination is nothing but clumping reaction. So in which tube should we take a blood group testing? You have to take it in an EDTA tube. We don't want a clotted blood sample. We don't want a coagulated blood sample. We want a whole blood. That is why we are taking a EDTA sample in which there are antigens present in the RBC. Now, what is the antibody we are going to take? We are going to take anti-sera bottles which are available in the market. You get anti-A, anti-B, and anti-D. These are nothing but external antibodies. So, how do we determine the test results? When there is an agglutination or when there is not an agglutination, we have to interpret the results. That is what I'm going to show you today. In this picture, if you see, the red colored dots in the beginning, in the initial fun are nothing but antigens which are present in the RBC. The next Y color shaped things are nothing but antibodies which we are going to put externally, and when there is a reaction, there might be agglutination, and this is how an agglutination or clumping will be present to the naked eyes. When we see in the slide or when we see in the tile, this is how an agglutination or clumping will be present. And with this clumping, or if there is no clumping, we are going to interpret what the blood group is. Picture gives you an example how a clumping will be and how a clumping will not be when there is no clumping, where there is no reaction or agglutination present in the sample. Now, I'll first brief you with this slide how we are going to interpret the results, and then I'm going to show a demonstration how blood grouping is done in a laboratory. If you see, for A group, A positive, I have already showed you that there are three anti-seras or three antibodies which are available externally in the market. That is anti-A, anti-B, and anti-D. We take the patient's blood in which there is antigen, and we take the serum which is available outside. First, we mark it as anti-A, anti-B, and anti-D in the slide or in the tile. Once we put the drop of blood and then we add the serum, if there is agglutination in the first one, in the anti-A, then it is A blood group. If the agglutination is present in the anti-B, it is B blood group. If agglutination is present in both anti-A and anti-B, in the first two slots, if there is agglutination, it is AB, that is AB group. If there is no agglutination, it means there is no reaction happened. So there is no antigens present in the patient's blood. Hence, the blood group is O. Now, this is the blood grouping. We have to also type. Typing means we have to say whether the patient is positive blood group or negative blood group. To say that, we have to, in the anti-D, whatever we get, that is only going to give you the result. If we get a agglutination or clumping in the anti-D, then it is a positive. If we don't get clumping or agglutination, then it is negative blood group. And now I'm going to show you a demo of how blood grouping is done in a laboratory in tile method.
Now we are going to see two samples for demonstration. So I have taken two whole blood EDTA samples for the demonstration of blood grouping. From the first sample, we are taking in our pipette one drop of blood, and we are going to add each drop in anti-A, second drop in anti-B, and the third drop in anti-D or RH. RH is nothing but anti-D. We can say clearly whether it is an RH positive or RH negative. After adding the blood sample, we are putting the anti-sera. So first, in the first drop, we have added one drop of anti-sera A. Now we are adding the second drop, that is from the anti-sera B. And in the RH, with the blood sample, we are going to add one drop of anti-D. After adding the drop of anti-sera to the blood drops, we are going to mix it. For each drop of blood, we are going to use separate sticks. we are not supposed to use the same stick or repeat the stick. Once we have used it for 1 drop of blood, we have to throw the stick. Now we are mixing the third drop of blood with the anti-D sera. Now if you see, all the 3 drops of blood are mixed with the corresponding anti-sera. Once the mixing is done, we have to lift the tile, or when we are doing it in a slide, we have to lift it and tilt it like this for minimum 5 to 10 times, and we have to read the result in good sunlight or good tube light. Now if you see, there is clear agglutination in anti-B and RH. So it is a B positive blood group. Now we are going to the second sample. Again we are going to add 1 drop of blood in anti-A, anti-B and in the RH column, that is anti-D. After adding the drop of bloods, we are going to add the corresponding anti-sera. In anti-A, we are going to add the anti-A sera. In anti-B, the corresponding anti-B sera, which you see yellow in color. And in the RH or the anti-D, we are going to add the colorless anti-D sera. Once it is done, we are going to take separate sticks for each blood drop and we are going to mix it. After mixing, please note that we have to tilt the slide or tile and we have to wait for a minimum of 5 minutes before giving the final report. So as you see, now the mixing is done. Once the mixing is done, we have to tilt the tile or slide for a 5 to 10 times like this. We have to rotate it. If during rotation itself you see there is agglutination in anti-B and some agglutination is being also formed in the anti-D. So again this blood group is B positive. If you see, there is no agglutination or clumping reaction in the anti-A. So it is a B positive blood group.
Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed my channel, kindly subscribe it to know more about laboratory medicine. Thank you.